Hi, welcome. In this tutorial, we are going to learn some new basics of HTML. However, before proceeding, we are going to see the history of HTML. Since the early days of the World Wide Web, there have been many versions of HTML. शुरुआत के समय से अभी तक लेकर HTML के बहुत सारे वर्जन बनाए गए. In the first, in 1989, Tim Berners-Lee invented WWW, World Wide Web, the Internet. Moving forward, in 1991, Tim Berners-Lee invented HTML. HTML was basically invented in 1993, Dave drafted HTML plus. 1995, HTML Working Group defined HTML 2.0. In 1997, W3C recommendation about HTML 3.2, and moving forward HTML 4.0.1, XHTML 1.0, and moving forward WHATWG HTML5 first public drafted, and moving forward say HTML5 Living Standard. In 2012, the first HTML5 Living Standard becomes out, and moving forward in 2014, W3C recommended HTML5. Since then, HTML5 is very popular. However, W3C also recommended HTML 5.1, and since last time 2017, W3C recommendation is about HTML 5.2, which is one of the latest HTML we have right now. So now moving forward, we are going to see some new basics, tags and elements of HTML in this tutorial. So I have already created a file for you. So simply click Ctrl+S to save the file and create a file. Save the file. Now moving forward, we are going to write a name of this file. Basics of HTML. Okay, now I'm going to save it in a direct HTML file. You can also do this one, basics of HTML, and click .html for directly saving the file. However, I am going to save as a type in a HTML. Click save and it will generate a HTML file for you. Now moving forward, we have to write the basic code of a HTML. So in this tutorial, I am going to use doc type declaration. What is doc type declaration? So the doc type declaration represents the document type and help browsers to display web page correctly. It must only appear once at the top of the web page before any HTML tags. The doc type declaration is not a case sensitive. The doc type declaration for HTML5 is what? Doc type exclamation mark DOCTYPE doc type, and then press space, then HTML, right? HTML, and close the HTML. It does not need to be closed. For just like we don't need two tags or two type of elements. It just need to be written on the top of the document. Moving forward from here, we will start with the HTML, the basics one. HTML start, and it is already closed for you. Moving forward, HTML head, right? So head starting, and head is going to be closed. Moving forward, we have to do what? We have to type a title. If we want to give a title for a web page, यदि अगर आपको पसंद है टाइटल देना अपने वेब पेज का, तो इट्स ओके, आप दे सकते हैं. However, in some cases, if you don't want to, or if you are just experimenting with the things, you don't need to give the title. However, it is very good experiment or good practice to give the title every time. So I'm going to do that thing. T-I-T-L-E, title, start, title, close. I'm going to write here basics of HTML hypertext markup language, right? So, and space. Then moving forward, I have already given the head and the title and everything. Now, what part is missing here? The body part. Yes, exactly. The body part is missing here. Body start, body already close. इन सम एडिटर यू विल सी, आप कुछ एडिटर में देखेंगे कि आपको मैनुअली बॉडी पार्ट स्टार्ट करना पड़ रहा है और बॉडी पार्ट क्लोज करना पड़ रहा है. इवन एवरी टैक्स यू हैव टू स्टार्ट इट, और हो सकता है आपको क्लोज करना पड़े. बट एज आई एम यूजिंग द विजुअल स्टूडियो कोड, it is one of the advanced code editor, so it will already do for you. Now moving forward, body tag start, body tag close. Now we have already know that what is the doc tag. It is a declaration that represents the document, okay, document type, and it helps browser to display the web page correctly. I'm going to write a same thing here. I'm going to copy this from one website, okay, and I'm writing it is in a paragraph. So paragraph start, paragraph close. I'm going to give a space and going to paste here. Now moving forward, let me just word wrap. Now as you can see, it is written very carefully here, right? So in this case, the doc type declaration represents the document type and help browsers to display web page correctly. Now we are going to see another elements also, another tags also, which are headings. Heading tags. So we have 6 heading tags. H1, okay, H1. Let me minimize this code here, okay. H1, so I'm going to write heading 1. Moving forward, H2, heading 2, exactly. Moving forward, as you can see, I'm going to simply write here from H1 to H6. It is very easy to remember here because at the starting point there is only H1 to H6 tag. Now H4, which is heading 4. Now moving forward, H5, pardon me, H5, which is heading 5. Heading 5. Now the last one is H6, which is heading 6. I'm now going to save this file. Now we will see this one, the output of this file. So I'm going to simply go to my folder and go to your folder, respective folder, and this we will see here basics of HTML file is already created. Now click on this and as you can see the basics of our HTML elements or codes or tags, right? So we have a heading 1, which is top on the list, heading 2, heading 3, heading 4, heading 5, and heading 6. So if I'm going to zoom it here, you can see the size of the headings H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, and H6. And on the top of the file, I have written here the paragraph. Sometime you will see or you will get to know that sometime you have written a paragraph back to back and it is not going in a next line. So in that case, there is another code here which you have to write to make it to send the next line into next text or anything into a next line. Take an example. I'm going to copy one more paragraph here and paste it here. Let me paste it first. Okay, so it must only appear once at the top of the page before any HTML tags, right? So we have 2 paragraphs which is written back to back and we are going to simply Just open this, you have already opened this file here. To simply refresh it. Now as you can see, it is at this time it is already in a breakdown mode, like it is written over here. It should be written over here, but it is already in a breakdown mode. So now moving forward, if I'm using the br tag always break down the line. Br tag, it always break down the line. If I'm going to refresh it, see there is a big space here, but it is a invisible space. So in this case we have to use br tag, angle bracket start, br, and angle bracket close. Br elements represents a line break. Now moving forward, h1 elements represents a section heading, right? Same, h6 elements represents a section heading, but in the case of size they are different: h6, h5, h4, h3, h2, and h1. So in this tutorial we have seen HTML tags as well as HTML headings and paragraphs. In next tutorial we are going to see what is HTML links and HTML images, how you can link the HTML file as well as HTML images. So thank you. See you again.